Jerry, what a year it's been for you. What's the biggest milestone that you have been able to experience this year?
Well, definitely great start of the season in Hong Kong and AO. But if I have to pick one, definitely a few days ago in Chengdu was definitely amazing. Winning at home, first title there, and overall, I think the year has been a huge change for me. Doing a lot of things different, practicing a little bit different. Like maybe living the life different. On tour, but very exciting year so far, and I'm grateful for what's coming next.
When you say living a different life on tour, what do you mean?
I think, comparing to the juniors, obviously really different. You get to play a lot more weeks on the road, and you don't get to go home too much, which is a bit sad, but you get to see a lot of different places, which is so exciting for me. Also, kind of changing my diet, how I eat, and because sometimes players are allergic to some stuff, and finding that out is crucial. I'm glad I did, going no gluten, trying to, obviously the Italian pasta is unbelievable with gluten, but I'm trying to keep a straight diet and less sugar as well.
So on a cheat day, you still eat pasta?
Yes, definitely. That's the number one thing to go for.
Okay. Who inspired you to go gluten-free?
Obviously Novak. Novak, he's very, very strict with his diet since maybe 20 years old. He found out what's needed for his body and what's not. So I think that's also a huge sacrifice. These little things, I think that's what makes him the best tennis player in the world. So I think if you want to become a better self, better version of yourself or a better tennis player, you gotta sacrifice a lot of stuff, but at the same time, enjoy what needs to be enjoyed. I think that's very, very important.
What's your favorite type of pasta when you do eat pasta?
I mean, all kinds of Italian pasta is unreal. I mean, with the traditional one with tomato sauce, I tried it in New York in a really, really good place. It was definitely one of the best pasta I've had.
But there is gluten-free pasta, right? So you could...
There is, obviously, if you speak to an Italian and if you tell them gluten-free pasta, they're gonna tell you it's not pasta.
Okay. Can you feel any benefits from going almost gluten-free?
Definitely. I think overall the body feels lighter and the way I move is a lot more smooth, because gluten contains, scientifically, I don't know the exact things, but it has a lot of inflammation. So overall, there is a huge difference actually. I thought it wouldn't be too much of a difference, but on the court I feel much lighter. Even though I weigh the same, the muscle mass is still the same, but overall I move better and faster.
Mm-hmm. Is that something that you look to other players as well when it comes to the movement to try and get inspired?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely not a huge server. I'm more of a counter puncher, according to my playing style, and I can be aggressive on the court, but definitely not like those big hitters that are really tall, really strong. So I think I aim more for the movement and to be more precise on the court with my shots. I think that's the player that I am.
And now you're coming here to Shanghai. Is it more pleasure or pressure for you to play here?
Well, speaking of pressure, last week I really wanted to win at home. Obviously, tough the conditions to maintain the level from Chengdu. Very different places, very different balls, courts, But coming here, I just think I'm gonna enjoy as much as I can. If I can win 1 point, great. If I lose, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna have a lot of fun on the court and just to have fun.
You were the first Chinese man to win an ATP title in China. What has the reaction been to that?
Well, on the court, I don't think I celebrated too much on the match. During the match, I was just thinking, oh wow, I just won the tournament. Before the tournament started, I had a fever. I was also sick, so winning the title was not in the option. Was surviving each day was the option to go, but definitely unreal feeling. I had my grandparents there with me, my dad was with me, and with my coach Vizio as well. So it was a huge moment for all of us, and something that we'll look back. Doesn't matter where I end up in my career.
Are any of your family coming here to Shanghai as well?
My grandparents have just arrived, so I think bringing them is also my lucky charm. Them seeing me play on the court. I think it's a huge pleasure to have them. And I mean, speaking of that, I've just realized, family is the number one thing doesn't matter how good you are in tennis, it's always the people next to you that you enjoy the most with your loved ones. So I think tennis can go on the number 2 priority.
Huh. And how much do your grandparents know about tennis? Are they really into it?
Since I started playing, yes, I wouldn't say they're a tennis fan, but they always watch me play. You know, they know the rules, they know what's going on the course. So I think it's great. You know, you don't need to explain them all the time, but sometimes they do ask me interesting things. I think it's very fun talking to them about tennis.
Do they get up in the middle of the night to watch when you're playing on the other side of the world?
I tell them not to, but they tend not to listen. They always do.
They do, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the competition like with Zhang Qichen? Because you guys are getting closer in ranking now.
Well, speaking of that, Boo is not far away. Boo is playing very good, and I'm really happy for him. You know, he's been playing so well this year. So is Zhang and myself as well, actually. So I mean, we don't think about the ranking too much. It's more like tennis is an individual sport. So I think it's important to work on ourselves and to become a better person and player. So I think the ranking is just a way to evaluate a player. So sometimes it's not the most important.
But Chinese tennis is in a good place, right?
Yes, I think so. We're heading to a good direction, I hope.
Brilliant. Good luck this week.
Thank you.